Fentanyl is not a new drug, but has seen such a dramatic increase in the past 3 years that it has become a crisis in North America. Simply touching it may cause you to overdose, so what exactly does it do to your brain and body? Fentanyl is an opioid that can inhibit pain signals in multiple pathways along the brain and spinal cord. This is why it was initially prescribed for pain relief. It also causes your brain to make extra dopamine, creating sensations of intense euphoria and relaxation. Essentially, fentanyl hijacks your body's built-in system of endorphins by binding to your opioid receptors much in the same way your endorphins do, but at a significantly stronger level. This might sound fun, but activating these receptors can also suppress your brain's ability to detect CO2 levels in the body, potentially causing a person to stop breathing. On top of this, side effects include dizziness, chills, vomiting, fainting, difficulty urinating, and extreme constipation. In addition, fentanyl is much stronger than other opioids, 100 times stronger than morphine and 50 times stronger than heroin. For many drugs to work, they need to pass the blood-brain barrier. This barrier allows small fat-soluble substances to pass and water-loving molecules to be inhibited. Both morphine and heroin are lipid-soluble, but they have polar, water-loving groups that make them pass the barrier much more slowly, whereas fentanyl is extremely nonpolar and fat-soluble, entering the brain within seconds. This means you only need tiny amounts to get high, and that's where, in part, the danger lies. A lethal dose of fentanyl can be around 2 milligrams, in a test tube that looks like 2 grains of salt, and since a high level of precision is needed to dose it effectively, it's very easy to overdose. In fact, there are some reported incidents of first responders ODing from simply touching fentanyl powder or inhaling its dust, though some toxicologists doubt the accuracy of these cases. If it can be administered in time, an injection of naloxone can be given to a person, which works to stop an overdose by blocking opioid receptors. But the science cannot keep up with the rate of new fentanyl analogs being produced, like carfentanil, which is 10,000 times more powerful than morphine and has been cited for its possible use in chemical warfare. Today, drug overdose deaths in America are rising faster than ever, with 65,000 deaths in 2016 compared to 59,000 in 2015, and opioid use is the crux of the problem. For context, this is higher than the peak gun deaths, peak HIV deaths, and peak car crash deaths. All evidence points towards the problem worsening by the end of 2017. The reason? Research points to widespread prescription of opioids for pain, which leads to addiction. There's also an ease of access for non-prescribers, causing millions of tablets to fall into the wrong hands. As the danger became more clear, doctors decreased prescriptions of opiates, but this didn't change the fact that thousands of people were addicted, causing them to seek out illegal markets. With an increase in demand, illicit drug markets turned to cheaper production solutions. Unlike heroin, which is synthesized from poppies, fentanyl is entirely synthetic and can be made anywhere for cheap. China has become a heavyweight in manufacturing fentanyl, and North American law is working to seize supply. However, the UN urges that solutions to the crisis will lie in persuading people not to use opiates, as blocking China's market may simply cause production to move to another nation. Several experts are calling for government support for safe consumption sites where people suffering addiction can be supervised, minimizing risk of overdose, and be supported with counseling and anti-withdrawal drugs that can help people stop using. But can some drugs be good for you? Check out our second video here, where we look through the surprising benefits of some illegal drugs and what new research is revealing. Check it out by clicking the screen or using the link in the description. And subscribe for more weekly science videos every Thursday.